Hello, everybody. My name is Terrence here. Today we're playing a game called Soul Date. It's another Cookie Run Kingdom fan game inspired by Pith Vanilla Cookie and Shadow Cookie. I do not know I know their names, but I don't know their stories. So let's kick in, shall we? Oh boy, this is my first time doing this. One is it any for people? I'm 16. No, fine, my bad. I'm 15 years old, but I'm under, so I'm fine. Sorry. Before we start, there's some details on how the text will be displayed. When you see this format, your character will be talking to someone. The narrative expected will be shown like this. Your thoughts will appear between passages, and whispers are also part of this game. And without further ado, hope you enjoy it. Oh boy. Before all was created, there was neither sky nor land, just a warm emptiness like a breath that can't decide whether they exist or not. Within that void, sometimes started form is a visible hand, where knife in life with pen, with some my bad patience, layers by layers, in a sweet and delights ritual. The warmth began to grow, evolving everything like a shield. But as soon as it disappeared, a soft breeze remained, igniting the start of something new. And so, from up high, a voice descended, dear radiated. Your name will be. Oh, my name will be. Must I give my name? Dance Cookie? Or was it just, I don't know, Peppermint Cookie and Chocolate Cookie? I'm gonna go with Dance Cookie because that's my OC's name. Yeah, Dance Cookie. It suits you based on your muscular appearance. Yeah, muscular appearance. Let's see what advantage we find in this world with this world little cookie. This is where your story starts, Dance Cookie. Ooh, day one. What best days in this game? Here comes the voice again. Researching at the damp ground and the touch of gas. Woke me up in the middle of the existing forest. Around me, branches cracked and soft leaves danced through the breeze and rustled between trees so tall they seemed to swallow the sun. The air had an unusual scent, woody mixed with something weirdly sweeter than like burnt sugar. But this wasn't the silk. But this was the celery of fairy tale. It felt savage. I struggled to get up. My edge feels strangled, almost crumbling, as if my dough was baked and brought to life just a few moments ago. I look around me, trying to find a pathway, a signal, anything that could guide me out of this labyrinth that seemed to be endless. I don't remember how I ended up here. My memory is blank canvas. The only thing that I was a part of was that I was completely alone. Hesitantly, I started walking, trying to find my way out. Trying to find my way. But every tree looked similar to the other ones, and silence of the forest was started to make me restless. What was that growl? What was that? Was that a growl? A growl? Revealing its fangs, a creature come out of the bushes. It looked like it was made of cake. It had appearance of pounded, but his eyes gleamed with hunger. Get away from me! I tried running away carelessly until the cursed tree trunk, trunk stopped me. A sharp pain my hand startled me when it bruised against a branch. Seizes my panic. I tightly closed my eyes, waiting for a waiting for it to devour me. But suddenly, our voice broke the silence. Hey, leave that cookie alone! A figure rushed in at shocking speed. I heard a piercing blow, the shower of something slamming a compound like a rain. You're right. Looks like I made it just in time. Was it? He's a cookie like me. I should thank him since he saved my life. It's not a good idea to walk alone in this forest. Ah, gingerbread, finally! Cake hounds don't have the best manners with strangers. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm Gingerbread. Nice to meet you. Gingerbread. Is that really his name? Sounds brave, I guess. Hello, you haven't answered me yet. Are you alright? You're not hurt, you're not hurt, are you? Sorry, I'm still very surprised. I was scared at all. Thanks, Gingerbread. If it wasn't I showed up, don't thank me. You always gotta sell those you needed. But tell me, what are you doing out here in the middle of the forest? It's far too dangerous to be walking around these lands, as you already seen. Truth is, the truth is, I'm lost. I don't know how I got here. I simply woke up among the leaves a while ago. What? You woke up right here? That's unbelievable. It's like impossible that this cake or hound didn't find you earlier. This forest shows no mercy. It's the truth, I swear. I can't recall anything before opening my eyes under those trees. I have so many questions. It's killing me. He might be the only hope. Since it seems to me he knows way around us. Sorry. No, he's way around this world. But thanks again for saving me. Don't worry about that. I do it all the time. That's what makes a hero. But I'm glad I found you before you got hurt. So I was busy making my hair right. Thank you. My name is Dance Cookie. Nice to meet you, Dance Cookie. By the way, I can't just leave you like this. Don't get me wrong, but you don't seem to have much skills in fighting monsters. Sorry. You're right. No, you're right. I wouldn't have been alive. I would have. I wouldn't. I wouldn't have. I wouldn't even last a second. Honestly, this place is still a mystery to me. Could you please help me? I'd like to stay close to you for a while, at least until I understand everything that's going on. I have so many questions. It seems like you're the right cookie to answer them. I'm having a hard time understanding how this world works. I don't even know how I got here. If you know what I mean. I get you. It's a lot of information to process, right? I'll try my best to explain. Many wars have been fought here. There was a cookie, someone with sorry, with an evil heart who tries to cover everything in internal. My bad, I just kind of skipped that dialogue. But don't let her scare you. She was defeated. But it's true that she left chaos and the beast. Well, they aren't here anymore. They imprisoned far away from the other kingdoms. Lots of kingdoms suffered because of her, but most of them were slowly recovering. I came from the Vanilla Kingdom. It's a civil place for the cookies looking for a home, although we're still working on rebuilding some areas. Vanilla, that's the name of the kingdom? It sounds delicious, I know. But apart from that, it's a wonderful place, full of smiles and kind cookies. Could this be there? I don't feel safe in this forest. I'll be honest, I have nowhere to go. Of course, I'm glad you want to come. It will be a great adventure. This way, follow me. I don't get lost. I'm not feeling relief. I begin to follow Gingerbread's steps. In my current state, I can't afford to stay behind. After a while, I managed to spot a hidden path among the bushes. Gingerbread moved with confidence as if he had traveled through these woods thousands of times before. As we moved, the landscape began to change. The forest became less dense. The trees gave way to small bushes as the air began to feel lighter. Finally, after seemed to be like an entirely sweet, the scent of pure vanilla started to fill the air. The the smells incredibly sweet. I never imagined such a place existed. The air felt like warm as if every guest was. Sorry, if every gust of wind, gust of wind were an embrace. However, upon closer inspection, I noticed peace wasn't coming without a price. This sentence of the why of the white stone structures, stone buried in others, a sign of recent reconstruction needed. So the new walls stood beside one ancient relief, and a few fine cracks still ran along the walls like scars from the bottle that was trying to erase. Learn about the cracks on the walls. You will be safe here, I promise. My bad. Thank you. I have a special friend who would like to introduce you to. He can heal you wounds before they get worse. I swear, it's pure vanilla cookie. I'm not gonna shout, don't worry. Heal my interest, but I don't. I stared at my hands. And for the first time, I noticed the scratches on my palms. It might be everyone I ran into that tree trunk. And in the first earlier, I was blinded by panic. My bad. A healer is the one who rules over this massive place. He must. He's much more than a simple healer, Dad's Cookie. Trust me, you're in a good hands. As we moved, I saw small sugar gnomes working hard. Other alleyways, however, remained in a deadly silence, as if they were waiting for their farmers to return. Finally, we stopped before a large wooden door. It was knocked softly. The door slowly opened with a crack that echoed through the great wall. The great hall, leading me into one of the castle's corners. Oh. Within the halls, the scent of vanilla grows stronger, mingled with a golden glow that seemed to be emanated from the walls. And there was a figure edited a light as warm as the sun. He held a staff with a blue gem, and his expression was very different of composition. Oh my, welcome. You've been through a lot of to get here, haven't you? Yeah, I can't remember anything, but how I ended up in the woods. I just woke up there, and my mind still feels foggy. He almost attacked by a cake hound. Can you believe it? If it wasn't just a rise in just time, he might have been. But you did. But you did. So there's no point in worry about it. Thanks for guiding him, did you, boo? Aha, yes, forgive me. I got a little carried away. This Vanilla Kingdom was built to be sanctuary in place where lost cookies can find peace and purpose again. You have simply completed your mission. Now please let me take care of him. Bed, you can go rest now. I know you have traveled for days without a break. I'm deeply grateful for your loyalty. Oh, it's no big deal. You know, I love helping my friends and protecting the others who are in need. I'll continue exploring and do my best to help with the repairs. I trust Terrence Cookie will be in good hands with you. Teddy Brave waved with his usual energy, leaving me alone with that imposing figure. The blond man, the cookie man, made an electric gesture for me to follow him. As we walked, the castle seemed to be watching me. I felt like the walls themselves were breathing alongside him. What a nice place. Everything here seems like something out of a dream. I feel such a deep sense of peace that it almost seems unreal after all that chaos. Why would he bring me to such a public place? Who is he really? Before we continue talking about what happened to you in the forest, allow me to properly introduce myself. Sorry, I can't talk because there's voice acting. My name is Pierre Vanilla. I'm the hero and current version of the Vanilla Kingdom, the place that now shelters you. It's an honor. My name is Terrence Cookie. The honor is mine. Receiving guests is always a gift. However, I'm impressed. Oh, so my bad. However, I'm concerned about your current state. You're under a lot of stress, and your body believes that exhausting. I can tell you're hurt. You were injured during the escape, and you barely noticed because of the avalanche. I don't know. Would you allow me to hold your hand for a moment? Yeah, of course. His voice is so delight and calm. It's not an order, but his presence is so magnetic that it's impossible to refuse. When his finger bruises against mine, I felt warm, like anything felt before. It was just it wasn't just heat. It was as if my own dough felt stronger just from touching him. There, you have nothing to worry about it. Nothing to worry about it anymore. The injury was minor, but in this world, even ignored scratches can bring complicated. I prefer to avoid. I like to, I like to treat wounds while they are still small. The visit of those who came to my kingdom seeking refuge is something I take extremely seriously. And in fact, while I was here, I made a decision regarding your stay here. Of course, as long as it doesn't make you uncomfortable. A decision. Exactly. What exactly do you mean, Pia Vanilla? That you're staying in the kingdom, of course, under my protection. No one should wander the lands without a place to call home, let alone someone who has just been born into the world in such a vulnerable state as yours. Wait, Bien? This is incredibly generous offer, and you barely know me. You don't have to thank me, Dad's Cookie. You mentioned that you didn't recall how you ended up in the forest, and that's unsettling, to say the least. Since the war ended, many have appeared like this, with their souls shattered, desperately seeking a new beginning among the ruins. This kingdom existed precisely for that, to be the place where cookies are rebuilt, crumb by crumb, little by little. I gave the sugar gnomes the orders so they can start building a new home for you. However, perfection takes time and it will be a few days before it's ready. Hope you can be patient. In the meantime, I'd like you to stay here in this room for, I'm going to say, the room of the castle. Here in the castle, isn't that a bit? I wouldn't want to be the burden because you're going through your plans. You're not a burden. It's the other way around. I'll be in I'll be responsible of I'll be responsible of me to lead you anywhere else, knowing that your memory was not yet returned. I want you to feel safe and find the comfort you so desperately need, Dance Cookie. I'll let you know when your new home is finished. His words felt me His words left me speechless. His kindness was so overwhelming. For a moment, I didn't know how to react. My bad. Everything was happening too fast, but I couldn't deny the immense of relief I felt at not having to return to that dark forest. With no memory still hold into this place, it felt like my only anchor in the world. And him, Biff Little, made a company that made me want to believe every one of his promises. Thank you, really, Biff Vanilla. I don't know how can I repay you for such kindness. I feel still a little nervous about remembering anything, but being here makes me feel like I can finally let out of the breath I've been holding. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about the future, Jazz Cookie. As long as you're under this roof, I'll do everything in my power to make sure you're okay. But before I let you rest, are you absolutely sure you don't remember much? Any pictures seen? Any picture named anything other than the woods? No, I'm sorry. I just woke up in the forest out of nowhere. For the brief moments of his experience changed, it was almost noticeable a shadow that crossed his eyes. But it was definitely there. Is something on? Oh, it's just that a long, a long time ago, I met someone who had the peculiar habit of sneaking where he wouldn't. I didn't concern him an I didn't consider him an enemy, at least not at first. The beasts were recently banished to their own continent, and since then the world has remained calm. Still, peace wasn't mean danger as vanished sometimes. It changed form. It's not my only intention to alarm you or anything like that. I just prefer to be cautious. Please accept this from me, Dance Cookie. This object possesses a blessing of protection lashed it with my own magic. It's not an obstinate shield, but it should keep you safe from strange and dark outside influences that try to cloud your judgment. Whoa, go back. I wouldn't let him hurt you. Consider it's a sign that you're now part of this kingdom. It's beautiful, thank you. I will always carry it with me, promise. I promise. I could, I could swear I heard something else, but his voice was so soft that I'm not sure. That's enough for now. You can go rest. The castle is still under construction, and there are areas that still unsafe to walk through without a guide, especially at night when the gnomes work tirelessly. When continue to improve, I'll show you every corner of this kingdom myself. And if anything comes back to you, no matter how small it might seem, I'd like you to tell me right away, okay? I will, Beefener. I promise. I don't know why, but I have the strange sensation that there are 1,000 eyes watching me from the shadows of this room, of this home. This has been all. This has been. This has all been pure chaos. A sweet kingdom, a forgotten war, and I have the king's protection. I should proceed all this before my mind exploded. Okay, time for me to save, cause I don't know. Save. Okay, let's rest a little. Even if they told me to rest, maybe that my hands are still spinning. I slowly sank onto the bed. The sheets were soft and smelled faintly of vanilla. I'll just close my eyes so I just want to for a moment. Silence. The silence of the castle was profound, and in the distance the faint sound of gnomes at what could be heard. At first it was only in silence, but little by little something began to feel strange. A cold sensation rained down my spine, as if someone were watching me from somewhere I couldn't see. I tried to move, but my body wouldn't respond, and then the whispers began. Oh, what do we have here? Hmm? I couldn't quite make sense of those words. They were just fragments of soft voices that seemed to be slipped through my thoughts. The voice didn't sound close, but neither. This will be interesting. I felt I felt a chill run through my body, as if someone were putting their full weight on top of me. I wanted to wake up, but sleep was becoming heavier and heavier. Opened my eyes up, and no one was with me. My breath was ragged, and my heart was pounding. For a second, I wouldn't understand where I was, and then it all came back to me. The castle, with another, the room was bathed in blue light. It was just a dream, but it felt too real. I sat up in bed, trying to scout out my thoughts. There were so many things I still didn't understand. Maybe I should go for a walk to clear my mind. I stepped, I stepped into the hall, my heart still racing from the nightmare. My mind was still jumbled, and all I wanted was to see someone else. I took a couple quick steps into the corridor, and the next instant, ah! I took a step back, putting my hand to my forehead. I bumped into Pure Vanilla. What's he doing walking on in at this hour? Oh, so you got some rest and woke up with quite a bit of energy. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking where I was going. I stretched it up a little bit, still somewhat embarrassed. Don't worry, Dance Cookie. Although I must admit I didn't expect you to leave the room so abruptly. Yes, my apologies. That wasn't my intention. I hesitated for a moment. The nightmares were still haunting me. I had a strange dream, and I woke up. I couldn't get back to sleep. I see. There was a brief silence in the hallway, and took advantage of the moment of that moment to ask him the question that I've been swirling around my mind for a while. Hey, Pippin, hey, Pippin, you mentioned something about beasts earlier. What were they? What they were? What were they? Or are they exactly? The beasts are creatures that do not belong in this realm. They were banished into the distance a long time ago. And the war, I heard there was one recently. Was that because of them too? Yes, about 3 months ago. I felt a light. I felt a light chill run down my spine, as if I had, if I had one. So they were still out. So they're still out there. Could they return? They looked at me again, and for the first time, he seemed a little uncomfortable with my questions. That's hard to say. For now, the situation is under control. I noticed that he was trying to keep his voice calm, but he also seemed to be wanting to change topics. And how are they like the beast? I mean, are they dangerous? You have a lot of questions, I suppose. That's only natural. This place must have been very confusing for you. If you want, we can talk about it more calmly. But perhaps in the middle of a hallway, okay? Right. Don't worry. Don't worry, come to me. Come with me. Whoa, he just took me to a place where I could see stars. I followed people through the hallway. The silence of the night made everything feel more enclosed. Like we finally reached to a small balcony. People walking to an edge, should be resting hand on his. And as he looked outside, the stairs barely illuminated. He salivated. For a moment, he seemed more tired, and he wanted to show a little, he wanted to show a little letting out a sigh before turning to me with a faint smile. Madam, I can answer all your questions more calmly without interruptions or rushing. What do you want to know? The war. Hmm? Sorry. So the war you mentioned earlier, what really happened? Because it didn't sound like a small thing. A few months ago, a cookie from us, known as Delicate Children's Cookie, tried to conquer Earthbread. For her power grew to terrifying levels, so that she's no longer resembling on anybody. Cookie. It became something else much closer to a witch. Her army advanced rapidly, crushing entire kingdoms and leaving destruction in its wake. But in the end, we didn't fight alone. My friends and I railed together, and other cookies from the different kingdoms also joined the battle. We all fought together, and although I lost someone important in the process, it was thanks to that sacrifice that we managed to stop her. Don't, just don't talk about my little cookie right now. So is so is that all over? Is there really no more? Is there really no more danger? Well, no, yes, pieces down to open. So it's not. Although it's still not important. It's still not as permanent as we would like. I'm gonna end it here because I don't think I have enough battery time. So thank you guys so much for looking at part number one. So I'm gonna end the gameplay. So bye guys.